awards and gala evening. Yes, my name is Jane Deere, and this lovely lady next to me is Amita Mundan Shira. We'll have to practice that 3 times. Tonight is a celebration of excellence in business and philanthropy, in humanitarianism, and all that wonderful stuff in the Indo-Canadian community.
Well said, Jake, and indeed it's going to be a scintillating evening filled with entertainment and award presentations. A memorable evening for all of us.
Yes, absolutely, and I see some of our very special guests are just waiting for you to bring them.
So, without further ado, let's bring our board of directors, awardees, dignitaries, and guests with a huge round of applause as they enter the main hall.
Right now, we didn't take the seats. Just a few more people who are standing. If you could, we're not able to start because you're standing. So please, the minute you sit down, we will get started.
Perhaps we do a timer.
To the distinguished board of the ICCC, our chief guest as well as our keynote speaker. I do request that the head table guests kindly rise when their name is called, and then if the audience, we'll see how long this lasts, if you could hold your applause right to the end would be great. So our chief guest, I've known him for a very, very long time. He was our boss at Rogers, and you know, we have to be really kind to him today because he flew in from California this morning, and he was the first passenger, in fact, I think, to take the rail from the airport right down to Toronto. He's going to need a lot of coffee today, and that is our wonderful Mayor of Toronto, the Honourable Mr. John Tory. And our keynote speaker, the President and CEO of Husky Energy Inc., Mr. Asim Ghosh. We also have Mr. Dharma Jain, the 26th President of the Indo-Canada Chamber of Commerce, with his lovely bride, Anu Jain.
Let me introduce to our guests the members of the Board of Directors of the Chamber. Once again, we're going to see if we can hold our applause to the end, but I would request the directors to kindly rise to be acknowledged when their name is called. We have Mr. Dharmapi Jain, the President.
He's going to get his name called a lot of times today.
Ms. Rajni Tekriwal, Vice President and Corporate Secretary. Mr. Tony Chawla, Vice President, Programs and Events. Mr. Brij K. Sharma, Vice President, Finance and SME. Mr. Patik Bakshi, Vice President, Membership and Legal Affairs. Mr. Jagdish Bajaj, Director. Mr. Sanjay Makkar, Director, Affinity Programs. Ms. Gini Sethi, Director, Women Entrepreneurs Professional, WEP. Mr. Hardesh Marwaha, Director, Information Technology, IT. Dr. Rajesh Tyagi, Director, Council Affairs East. Mr. Ajay Gupta, Director, Mining. Mr. Harpreet Billen, who is absent today, but he is the Director of Council Affairs West. And last but not the least, Mr. Naval Bajaj, immediate past President, IPP.
All right, we also have a great pleasure to have him here from the Western world. Mr. Deepak O'Brien is here. The Honorable Deepak O'Brien, thank you for being here, sir.
That's actually a compliment, so thank you.
I did see the leader of the Ontario New Democratic Party, the Honorable Andrew Horwath, is here as well. And I did not see him yet, but I'm sure he'll be here soon. That's what it says here. And that is Mr. Patrick Brown, leader of the Ontario Conservative Party. We also have Clark Gill, the member of Parliament for Brampton Springdale, and his lovely bride, Honorable Gill. And I did not see him, but I'm sure he's here as well. The Consul General of India for Toronto, Mr. Akhilesh Mishra, with his lovely bride, Preeti Mishra. And then I didn't see her because she is my mayor, and that is the mayor of Mississauga, the Honorable Bonnie Crombie, with her husband, Brian Crombie. I don't think she's here yet. She's going to try on Dinesh Ramsey's outfit, and it's taking a little bit longer, but she will be here soon.
Yeah, that does take a while, like I have to too.
Speaking of that, you are looking absolutely wonderful, and let's give Dinesh Ramsey a big round of applause. That's what Amita's wearing tonight, ladies. If you want to dress up like this lovely lady, get it from Dinesh Ramsey. He's got wonderful stuff. And I just saw Amrit Mohammed here, our member of provincial parliament as well. Amrit, good to have you here with us. This is like a Brampton Center. So, our agenda for this evening, folks, we're going to begin with our celebration with an invocation dance performed by DT International.
explain by that entertainment, please?
Absolutely. DT International always do a great job. And you know, folks, I should have recognized, you're sitting right in front of me. Our wonderful senator is here, Asha Safe. Thank you very much for being here. As well as, I did see Vim Poacher here as well. There he is, Senator Vim Poacher. Thank you for being here as well, sir.
So, wow, Jay, to continue the evening,
Yes.
let's move on. Tonight is a reflection on how all of your contributions have made it possible for the team to achieve all the successes in this past year.
We are going to have, of course, the president of ICCC deliver his address, which will then be followed by our wonderful Mayor of Toronto, the Honourable John Tory.
And the awards will be presented throughout the evening, interspersed by more entertainment from DT International and a sumptuous Indian dinner.
Yes, and I believe the hosts are the ones that Bruce and Jeev and his entire staff at Host have prepared a wonderful meal for you. So while we are here to celebrate business and professional excellence, tonight is also meant to be an evening of fun and entertainment. So please, I know you're all dressed up, and you know, for you, fun is probably putting on shorts and like some of you speedos. No, that's a bad visual.
Yeah, that's
a bad visual. But you know, let's relax. It's a wonderful Saturday evening, and we're here to celebrate excellence. So relax. There's going to be delicious food, lots of entertainment, and some wonderful presentations as we celebrate excellence.
So, without further ado, the president of ICCC, Dharma P. Jain is an accomplished finance professional and practicing CGA, serving to medium and small businesses in Canada with over 25 years of international experience.
Mr. Jain is professionally and socially active and engaged in helping the community. He sits on board of several charities and not-for-profit organizations and has raised funds for several social issues, including Toronto-based hospitals and the disabled. Would you please welcome Mr. Dharma P. Jain.
Good evening, friends, and welcome to Indo-Canada Chamber of Commerce Annual Awards in Gala Night 2015. This is an evening when we celebrate the achievements of Indo-Canadians by honoring them. It is also an evening when we highlight the unique relationship that our two democracies have enjoyed over the years, and the role that the Indian diaspora continues to play in developing this relationship. I welcome our chief guest for tonight, His Worship John Tory, the Mayor of Toronto, a keynote speaker, Mr. Asim Ghosh, the CEO of Husky Energy. I also welcome Member of Parliament, members of Provincial Parliament, councillors, government officers, our sponsors and stakeholders, and other key community leaders. Your presence here today lends our event the extra edge of creativity and acceptance. Over the years, our gala has become a trend spotter in the direction this relationship is taking, and our annual themes have reflected this phenomenon. Our theme this year is crossing milestones from promise to practice. It epitomizes the need and the urgency to move swiftly to achieve goals that were set some years ago when Canada's Prime Minister, Honourable Stephen Harper, infused our bilateral relations with a new purpose. The recent visit of Indian Prime Minister, Honourable Mr. Narendra Modi, has provided a fresh impetus to bilateral relations. One of the key outcomes of Prime Minister Mr. Narendra Modi's visit has been to elevate Canada-India bilateral relations to a strategic partnership. ICCC has contributed by pioneering ideas to develop a roadmap for modern and strategic partnership. As the only bilateral chamber of commerce working to foster trade between Canada and India, we are always alive to pronouncements that can be turned into effective tools for policy formulations. Our chamber understands the growing role of cities, both in Canada and India, for trade and economic matters, and has been a pioneer in developing city-centric trade missions from Canada to India. And inviting His Worship John Tory to the chief guest tonight is a step in advocating for fuller cooperation at the civic level so that the smart city projects can benefit from the experience of cities like Toronto. ICCC actively promoting the celebration of Year of Canada and India because we realize permanent gains that will flow from it. Our assessment is based on the lasting benefits that flowed from celebrating the Year of India in Canada in 2011. Chamber has also supported the action plan for women entrepreneurs to help women business owners succeed in the proposal for providing $14 million to Future Entrepreneur Canada in support of young entrepreneurs. Friends, in 2017, our chamber will complete 4 decades and our country will celebrate 150 years. These are important landmarks for both. Over the last 4 decades, our chamber has emerged as undisputedly the premier organization of the Indian diaspora in Canada. We have been a catalyst in channelizing the creative energies of Canadians of Indian origin in building both their Matribhumi, the nation of origin, and the Karmabhumi, the nation of their endeavors. It is because of this preeminent position organizationally that we will be establishing a working group in contributing idea to celebrate Canada 150 in Canada as well as for activities in the proposed Year of Canada in India 2017. As our community has grown to cross the million mark in Canada, our organization has also grown.